I'm Chad Conley and with EXP Realty, and today we are joined with Jeannie Burns of The Pearl, and we're very happy to have her. And this interview will be going up on the Park Bench Sheridan Community website, where there you'll be able to find all kinds of news and events going on in the Sheridan area, as well as a lot of the local listings in the housing market if you guys want to check that out. So we'll go ahead and get started here. So Jeannie, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. So just tell us, how did you get started, or tell us about The Pearl. Tell us all about The Pearl.
So The Pearl is sort of a unique story. This wasn't anything I decided or sat down and said, oh, I think I want to have a business on Main Street. It actually, it was a God call, and I know it sounds strange, and it was even strange to me. So I went and visited with the priest and did some research for about a year. And the call kept getting stronger and louder, and I thought, okay, I'm all in. And so we opened our doors, and what really amazed me the most is a lot of the people that would come in, they would come in and they're like, oh, why are we here? And I'd start laughing. I'm like, I don't know, why are you here? What can I help you find, type of thing. And they would tell me that they had heard a voice. And I heard multiple stories like this, and I'm like, I know what you mean. And it started out, Christian Catholic, and of course it's exploded into this beautiful gift shop. Annan Flags, you have I'm a Hallmark, Precious Moment, all these big vendors. But the best part is people coming to their faith, and Sheridan is very prayerful. And a lot of the tourists that come in, they're just amazed at the beauty and tradition, and that's what I like to display here at the Pearl. As you notice, the books, and try to keep fresh flowers, and try to keep things uplifted. A lot of conversions, a lot of people finding God, a lot of miracles actually have come out of here.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. That's how I kind of found you here. Is just was visiting some of the stores down the way, and just happened to walk by and see the store, and yeah, no, a lot of awesome things, and yeah, a lot of cool things for finding God and finding more about God. So yeah, no, it's a very nice store, and no, it's pretty neat. So how did you get started? What made you kind of decide to start the store?
Well, like I said, is when God calls you to do something, He's got a sense of humor. And I've done oil and gas 30-some years, and when I heard the call, it's like, what? I got a savings account finally. What do you want me to do? And things just fall in place. I mean, if God wants you to do something, He's got a course for you. And once you completely surrender, it just naturally falls the way it's supposed to, like the location, everything, going to the shows, meeting the different vendors, and I probably have far more vendors than most, a lot of unique. I actually just got a shipment from Russia.
Wow.
So I step out of your normal, a lot of things from Italy and all over the world, actually.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great things here too, and gosh, the variety is just pretty amazing.
In all faiths, we have Jewish items. Every faith can find something that represents either what they grew up with or somebody they know. And like I said, a lot of people will come in and they'll tell you their story, and you can recommend a book or something. And it amazes me how they come back and they tell you, I was struggling with this, and you knew just what to give me at that time. And then they start bringing their friends in. So what I've witnessed was, it's not only one person you're bringing to God, but I've watched 6 generations from one family. I've watched, another person that was just filled with hate, and after they came in, they're now coming into the church, and they're bringing 3 generations with them.
Wow.
It's just wonderful to be a witness to this. I never in my life would have imagined, that I would be able to do this. And every day I'm just so grateful and awed that He chose me to help bring this to Sheridan.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to give you the opportunity to just talk to people and to help people, and kind of gives that out, and they're coming in to see and to be able to help people like that, and yeah, what a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's humor here too. It's not just all seriousness, you know.
Sure.
Like I said, the Saints, they were very humorous lives. You have the Veggie Tales. You have everything for every age level to help,
Sure.
you know, show you that God is a loving God.
Right.
You know?
No, it's a great opportunity. That's pretty funny. You get some of the stories and some of the conversations you get.
Yes. Yeah, and then like I said, it's sort of a little overwhelming on some days. Is I would have, you know, for people that were lost, and that was the call that I had heard early on was, you know, bring me my lost. Well, I didn't know what that meant, and then, you know, I could relate it to the lost sheep. And so when people were coming in, they would come in and they would drop by the counters, and some of them would just confess, and it's like, you know, and I'm holding my hands over my ears going, oh, no, can't do that. But they would find comfort and peace through that,
Sure.
and to watch these individuals transform, you know, from a very depth to, it's almost like you can see them glow, to see them go to church, to hear their stories. You know, I had young ladies that were grieving, they couldn't get pregnant, and through some of the prayers, and I pray for all of them. And we actually have a chapel in the middle of the store, and so one of the couples that was in, we were praying with them, for them, and then of course, after all their struggles, they've had a beautiful baby girl.
Oh, awesome.
It's not from me, it's through, you know, the prayers and stuff. But just to be witness to that, and one of these couples, when they went back home to Pennsylvania, they were telling people, and so I was getting a lot of calls. I'm like, hey, how did you hear about the store? And one of the priests that called, he said, this is Father Seraphim. I'm like, are you for real? You know, because I consecrated that vault to St. Michael. And so to hear a priest say, hey, Father Seraphim, I'm like, yeah, right. And so it actually, I was named the safest chapel in America, and it was published all over. I did get a call from another company overseas that wanted to do an interview, an article, and I just didn't have the time for that. So I'm popping up in all these different locations. So.
Well, cool. Yeah, that's quite an opportunity for getting the word out there and talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. What are some of your favorite things that you love to do here in Sheridan? What do you love most about Sheridan?
Well, Sheridan, I do love that we're all prayerful. I love that, you know, we're all family oriented. You know, I grew up on a farm back east, but I love the culture. I love how everybody, you know, they get along. I love that, you know, you can go to church with somebody, or you can share that common faith of Christ and not be ashamed by it. And no matter where you go or who you talk to, you know, you can have those conversations. You know, I know the rest of the country is struggling with this COVID, but I feel we're very fortunate here.
Right.
You know, the sports, I'm a goalie mom. He's long grown now, but the opportunities for education, children here are amazing.
Right. Yeah, I know the athletics and the school programs here. You know, like we've talked about with some of the other guests we've had on. You know, in the community, that's one of the big things that really drew them to the Sheridan area, and that they really enjoy and take a lot of pride in. So.
And I think we're fortunate. Our Main Street's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have a beautiful Main Street. It's safe. You know, families and kids, they feel comfortable. We had a little guy, he was further away from home than he could imagine, and he came in here, and we ended up giving him a ride home, and his dad's like, I can't believe you do that, and it's like, well, this is who I am. Do you want my driver's license? You want,
right.
You know? But that's what Sheridan is. It is a community, and we're all there for each other.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's kind of like, you know, Wyoming is like just a kind of its own little small town as a state, not only Sheridan too, but yeah, we just take care of each other, and yeah, it kind of blows people away because they're not really used to that type of culture and atmospheres. So.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, and a lot of it is growing up back there. I appreciate it. You wouldn't make eye contact. You would just sort of like that dog is, don't look at me.
Right.
But a lot of people are surprised when you go up and introduce yourself and then introduce them to somebody, and you know, they just feel at home.
Yeah, what a great that's a great way of kind of describing the Sheridan area and the kind of culture and atmosphere that it is. What are some of your favorite restaurants here in the Sheridan area?
Well, P.O. News actually. If I get up early, go to Mass, I always head right over to P.O. News before the day. So that is one of my favorite breakfast spots. There's little unique things. I just discovered this beautiful little bakery out by Dayton Ranchester, and I will slaughter their name. Insomni or something. It's Ion something. But their baked goods are actually delicious, as you can see. I'm starting to bloom from them. But yeah, no, there's some great little things here. It depends on your taste.
Sure.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, P.O. News is excellent. That's one of my favorite breakfast places to go for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, excellent. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to tell everybody about the Pearl before we go?
Yeah, just stop on in. You'll be surprised. There's something for everybody, and like I said, you got all the American flags. I try to post them in the window. The Republican Women is doing the wreaths for the veterans right now for their graves, so we have all the forms here. But yeah, just stop in, say hello, and take a look, and I think they'd be very, very surprised as to what's in here. It's one of Sheridan's little secrets.
Yeah, no, excellent. Yeah, and it's right on Main Street, and so if you're taking a tour down Main Street, be sure to check out the Pearl. It's a very nice store, and Jeannie would love to see you. So, well, Jeannie, thank you very much for letting me interview you and talk about the Pearl. Sure appreciate it.
And poor Chad, you were one of my victims. You walked in and we just struck up a conversation.
Yeah, no, it's good, and it's been good. So yeah, no. I get a good friend to talk to and carry on conversation with. So no, it's very good.
Yep.
So,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie.
Yep.